Klevgrand Rum is a reverb specialized in rooms in a way as if you have recorded room microphones and promises to bring life to your mix. Let's find out if that claim holds up. Hi, I'm Marlon. So room sounds is what this plugin is specialized in. Don't expect plates or epic long reverbs from this one. The plugin is really simple with its few controls and the amount you can tweak. 10 preset room sounds which have the choice between omni and cardioid patterns and 3 character settings on top of that. The Klevgrand product page mentions the rooms are recorded, which assumes this is a convolution reverb. But the plugin uses about 5% of my Cubase performance meter, which is low for that type of reverb. So I leave it in the middle if this plugin uses actual impulses or emulates the rooms. I have found that these drums bring out the character of the 10 rooms nicely. So let's go through the presets and I'll let you hear each preset starting fully wet and bringing the dry signal so you can hear how it blends. Also I play with the mic and character dials to let you hear all variations. We're halfway through the rooms of Rum now, and if you liked this video so far, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. This way you will stay up to date on the latest cool plugins. Okay, back to the rooms now. Well, Fully wet, some of the rooms sound phasey to me, but when you dial in the dry sound, all of these rooms sound natural and indeed add life. So in that regard, the plugin is delivering on its promise. The character dials and the omni and cardioid settings add useful variations on the room sounds as well. There are more settings you can use. For instance, the pre-delay is handy to separate the room more from the direct signal, which helps with clarity. And this pre-delay can be synced to the tempo of the project. 10 points for that. What also helps with clarity is the ducker. This will reduce the transients of the wet signal, so the amount of attack in the rooms, and you can tweak that with the separate attack, release and threshold settings. The gain input changes the gain for both dry and wet signal, and the high and low pass only affect the wet room sound. I am not really convinced by the Fat dial. It gives somewhat an aliased, phasey, chorusy sound on the reverb with these drums. In the blend with the dry signal it's a lot better, but I can still hear it. On the next synth it works a lot better. And the same goes for this vocal.
You may think that he's the savior, that he listens to every prayer, baptized stories for the violent mind.
So it's a bit of trial and error for me. You can also widen the sound with the spread dial and the 3 variations you get with this dial. Variation A sounds like chorus widening to me. B seems based on phase. And C uses delay, where you can hear that the right channel is delayed and filtered. And this gives bonus points for the inclusion of these 3 variations. You can also change the stereo width of all sounds going through the plugin by using the stereo dial. So this affects both dry and the wet room signal. One thing I wished for is that this plugin had a simple dry-wet mix dial and an output gain control instead of the separate dry and wet dials. It's easy and faster to dial in the right dry-wet balance and then adjust the output volume. Because when you start with the dry signal and mix in the wet signal, the overall volume will always increase, so you need to adjust both dry signal and the wet signal again. And you need to do that again and again when you do adjustments to the dry-wet balance. It's a lot more work. The plugin offers a bunch of presets which are put nicely in their own sound categories, but I find this plugin so simple and straightforward to use that I don't think you will be using these presets that often. So the plugin has many pluses and a few minuses for me. The plugin indeed adds life to any signal, and I see this plugin do well in the function of adding room and 3D space to any dry signal from drums, guitars, synths to vocals. Watch the video on screen for another live adding multi-effect plugin. It's also linked in the description below and in the pinned comment. I'll see you in that video.